Loot boxes and mobile ads. The biggest plague to join modern game design. As you can tell, I'm not a huge fan of these practices and have a distaste for overly intrusive ads, but I get it, sort of. I'm at a point now where I've been working on this game for so long, I don't want to finally put it out there and get nothing in return. However, I don't want to bombard it with tons of intrusive ads and pay-to-win gambling and that sort of thing. So here's the plan. Joust is an endless runner, and with most endless runners, they require you to watch an ad every single time to play another game or to use a continue. So I'm not going to do that. Sort of. I'll get to that part in a second. Other games also focus on loot box based systems. It just so happens that I'm going to be including these loot crates into the game. The only difference is that they won't be some sort of gambling system that you buy for money. These boxes naturally appear during gameplay. There will also be different variants of crates which will have different spawn percentages each. And at this point in time, I plan on these boxes dropping one of three things. In-game currency, power-up items, and revival crosses. These revival crosses will allow the player to revive during a run. They will be able to only bring a certain amount of them into a single run, and they only have one use each. The first monetization option will simply be called Support the Developer. It will be the one and only in-app purchase for 99 cents or something cheap. This will ensure that the player always has a revival cross on them when they completely run out. This will also remove all video ads for the player, which leads into the second and only other implementation. I've decided to go with the rewarded video ad option. This will be like other games with video ads, but a lot less intrusive. If you aren't familiar with the video rewards ads, they are an optional incentive in a mobile game. Instead of forcing ads onto the player, it will give them the option to watch one selectively with some kind of reward in return. So here's how I'm going to implement that concept. Not only will the player be able to smash crates through the game, they will also be able to buy them with the in-game currency using the store. When purchased, they will be loaded into the player's inventory. They will then be able to play a special game mode called Loot Smash, where it will load all of their purchased loot boxes into a run, and then be able to smash them all. The only catch? You have to watch an ad to play this game mode, unless you made the one-off purchase, of course. None of this is set in stone, so I'm completely open to your suggestions and changes. I'm mainly bringing this up now because I want to get this clear plan of what I'm going to do, so I can pre-plan the systems instead of trying to awkwardly tack them on later, and more importantly, get feedback from you guys as well. Now it's time to get started implementing it. I'm going to start by actually implementing the crate into the game. The first step I'll need to do is create the new game object, test it out in the scene so the player can run past it without colliding, but also so the player can attack it and destroy it. Now with that successfully working, I can spend some time cutting this crate into multiple pieces in Sprite and piecing them together in Unity and creating a mesh around each of these pieces, playing around with the velocity of each crate to get the feel just right. This works by having the original crate be swapped out for another prefab with all the separate pieces on it. After testing it out, it turns out by having multiple mesh items on the screen, it causes lag spikes due to the complexity of the mesh. So I just changed each fragment of the crate into a capsule collider, and it worked just as well without the lag. Now that all the crates are smashing the correct way, it's time to fill them with stuff. I created this method here that randomly spawns one of the three items I talked about before. Coins with a 60% chance of spawning, revival crosses at 30%, and all the power-ups will be about 10%. For the coins, a random number will be generated to choose how many coins will be spawned. However, when they get past 5 or 6, it causes a lot more lag spikes. So for now, they will just go up to a maximum of 5 until I figure out how to do object pulling later. The revival crosses weren't actually objects in the game, so I animated them in Sprite, popped them into the game, and for now they will just be picked up as coins until I create the actual inventory for them later. I then added the crate as an unlockable item at level 5 into the game. Now they can be selected from the customization menu of the game, and then created this icon for the rewards menu. My next task is to incorporate the revival crosses into the actual player's inventory. At the moment every level starts with one automatically. I now want to make it so that the player has to add them out of their inventory before each run. So I then created this little side panel before each game that shows you how many you have, and how many you can carry into your run as well. Over time, as you level up, you'll unlock more space in your backpack to bring these into a game. I also then created the script for the cross, so now that it is an actual item in the player prefs instead of being a coin. This will now help manage collecting them, using them in gameplay, and displaying them back in the customization menu. To load them into a run, the player just has to click the plus and minus symbol here to see how many they've got on them and how many they want to bring into a run. So now it's time to get the shop into place. I'm going to reuse the current customization window to fit all the shop-like items into them. This little panel on the side here I'm going to adjust later to maybe show some things that are in the player's inventory as well. I started by getting the tabs on the side ready for tapping on and switching between the gameplay customization and the shop tabs just like this. So now we have a fully functioning shop that we can spend to buy revival crosses and load up crates as well. So for the time being, you'll be able to buy crates, but you won't be able to actually use them in the loot smash mode. But that'll be one of my main priorities next to do. Okay, so that's pretty much all I have for this week. I'm sorry it took like a whole month to create this video, but I really wanted to focus on something more substantial this week, and I focused on the editing that you saw at the video and switching to Premiere Pro. I just wanted to make that a lot better, so I know all one of you from last week's video that commented were pretty anxious for this video to come out, but yeah. So I really hope you guys enjoyed the improvements in the quality, and hopefully my month off kind of didn't kill this channel at all, even though it's still very small at the moment. So I have something actually completely different planned for next week, which you'll find out soon. So that's all for now. I'll see you later. So if you enjoyed the video and the improvement in the quality, make sure you subscribed if you're not, and give us a thumbs up and comment and give me any kind of feedback as well. See ya.